Hello and welcome to another edition of Trotsky or Bust. I haven't done one in a while. It's October the 11th. I haven't done this is my second in a long time. The reason I haven't done it, and we're in the middle of election season, is there's nothing to talk about. And that's the sad commentary about our election season. There's nothing to talk about. We're going to get one of two corporate shills. It doesn't make a difference. And then probably one of them will die. And one of the two clowns who you saw last Wednesday, either Kamala, whatever the hell her name is, or Mike Pence, both as corrupt as you can get. Um, One of them will probably be president one day. And so it goes, you know. It is what it is, as Trump said. Well, he didn't make that up. But I want to talk about something else, and something we are the ones who have to make the change, and we cannot rely on anybody. And if you've been watching the fake far left, as I call them, the Jimmy Dores, the TYT, all of them, in the year where everybody hates the candidates, where 57% of Americans want a third party, could they have mustered up a third party, gotten someone to 10, 15%? Yes. Once that person would have been on stage, we could have gotten more. This was the year to do it, to start a third party. Instead, they tease us, People's Party, whatever. And who's your candidate? No one. Yeah, that's how full of crap they are. And lately, I don't know if you've been seeing that piece of turd, Max Blumenthal and Aaron Mateo. Why do I call them pieces of turd? Because when you defend a mass murderer, that's all I can call you. All right? There is no such thing as I hear the phrase Assad apologist, talking about Bashar al Assad of Syria, who's murdered anywhere to up to 500,000 people, a million of his own people. You can't apologize for a mass murder. You don't apologize for Hitler. Okay? If you do that, you're a piece of human shit. And that's what Max Blumenthal is. That's what Aaron Matei is. That's what Jimmy Dore is. That's all they are. They are not the left. They will not lead us. Don't look to them. They're going to set us in a very wrong direction. As you could have seen this year, the fact that we don't have a third party, a serious third party. And Max Blumenthal, what a piece of turd that guy is. He I'm going to put, if you look at my comment section, I'm going to put two articles. One was written by Max Blumenthal in September of 2013, and he was in a Zatari refugee camp in Jordan, where all the refugees were spilling over from all the Syrian civil war. And they were saying, and Max Blumenthal was quoting them that, hey, they were begging Obama to just, bomb the hell out of Syria and get rid of Assad. They said, don't worry, it's already bombed out. You might as well just do it, finish it off, and we'll rebuild the houses. That's how desperately they wanted to get rid of Bashar al Assad. And Max Blumenthal he did say he's not for U.S. intervention, but still, he did talk about all the crimes of the regime. Then what happens? In December of 2015, he and Mike Flynn and Jill Stein, they made a trip to Moscow. Now, Syria has been Moscow's client state since the 60s. I don't know if 50s, but certainly since the 60s. And, back when it was the USSR. And this is 2015. All of a sudden, everybody changes their tune. All of a sudden, Jill Stein in 2016 made half-ass run for president. Chris Matthews even said, I asked her to come on the show. She didn't. She got 1% of the vote in 2016 with those two crappy candidates. 1/3 of what the Libertarian Party, which stands for nothing, which the guy didn't even know what Aleppo was. He probably thought it was dog food or something. Jill Stein got 1%, and that's on purpose, okay? It's not you talk about the Democrats being weak. This was beyond weak. This is just non-existent, and that's on purpose. They don't want a third party, all right? That's who Jill Stein is. I used to be a Green, and the people at the bottom of the Green Party are great people, the day-to-day people. People at the top, they've been corrupted, and that's just it. You don't go to Moscow and dine with Putin for no reason. And That's exactly what happened. You see, they'll defend Michael Flynn. You'll see Jimmy Dore and whoever. They'll always defend him. There's a reason for that. And now they're attacking Wikipedia because Wikipedia has put it in. You know, everybody can attack Wikipedia. I don't like a lot of things they say, but you know what? It is what it is. You can change it. But the second article I have is from Al Jazeera. And you know, as you know, I'm a supporter of Israel. Al Jazeera are no supporters of Israel, and they tell the truth about Max Blumenthal and how he changed and how they basically when they talked about the whitewashing, it was interesting how read the article. They were talking about how during Stalin's day, the people, certain leftists used to go to the Soviet Union and paint this rosy picture. Well, at least they were driven by ideology. These people are not. These people are mercenaries. Okay, Max Blumenthal doesn't care. If I paid him $1 million tomorrow, he'd write a great article about Israel. He would. He wouldn't care. He wouldn't think twice about it. That's who he is. Same with Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore is a piece of turd. And I know you're watching, Jimmy. I know you're watching. Okay, but that's what happens. That's all you are. And remember the most important thing: when you sell your soul, you're selling cheap. When you sell your soul, you're selling cheap. I remember a few years ago I was watching this sports show, and it's about this guy. He's a cyclist, and he didn't take steroids. So he used to finish in the middle of the pack. He was a very good cyclist, but he wasn't going to win without steroids. Finally, he got pressure from all his people, all his sponsors. Got to win. You got to win. So he took steroids, and he was in a race, and he did win. And they asked him later, how did you feel about winning? And he said, this is the first time I took steroids. I just felt relieved because it put so much pressure on me to win. Same as watching a 60 Minutes about the Russian steroid athletes and how they take steroids. And they showed this American athlete, and and this guy said to her, it looks like they pat you like you were standing still. And she said she knew. What could she do? But when you see those Russian athletes, when they won or they finished first and second, when you win, you want to jump up and down. You just won an Olympic gold medal. Aren't you going to celebrate? But no, they didn't. They were just like, oh, okay, because they knew they had cheated. That's what happens when you sell your soul. Okay, Jimmy? You know, you want to compare yourself to Bill Maher. Bill Maher, yeah, well, at least Bill Maher he's got a huge mansion. He's got probably sleeps with Playboy playmates. Okay, not that I'm saying that's okay. That you shouldn't sell your soul for that either. But hey, you know what? I hope you're happy, Jimmy. I hope you're happy. Jesus Christ. A mass murder. How do you defend a mass murderer like Assad, someone who murdered 500,000 people? How do you do that? Is it worth it? Is any price worth it? And when I see Jimmy Dore talking to Marianne Williamson and they're talking about spirituality, that's it. It's getting to you, isn't it, Jimmy? It's getting to you. But it's not going to help. You know, you're a piece of shit, and there's no coming back. None, none, fucker. That's about it. What I want to tell you guys is we cannot rely on this fake far left. They're not going to get us anywhere. They're not going to take us. They'll find some BS reason 2024 not to have a presidential candidate. They don't want it. I mean, if they didn't do it this year, maybe you can forgive 2016 because say, oh, Bernie fooled us. Well, we knew it going in this year that Bernie would probably do it again. We wanted to believe, but we knew it. So, even now you can still have a third party candidate. Just have a write-in. These candidates are so unpopular. I guarantee you 10% of the people, or at least something to get noticed. Something, even if you get 5% right written in. That's how unpopular these two candidates are. You could do it, but they're not going to. The only people you're going to ask, well, how do you trust me? Well, look how many views I have. Look how many subscribers I have. I wish I had theirs, but there's no way. There's no way that let me have that many. Okay, you don't get that many unless you have you have big money behind you, and I don't, and I never will, and I'll never sell out. I don't care. Even if they offer me the mansions and the play, but well, I don't know. I don't know about the Playboy Playmates. That may be the tipping straw. But unfortunately, who knows? By the time they'll do it, I'm getting old as it is. I probably won't be able to do anything with them anyway. Anyhow, tell me what you think. Thank you for watching Trotsky or Bus. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Please subscribe. Ring the bell so you'll be notified that that I've done another one. You can subscribe by click on that flag of Japan with a old flag of Japan with a fist in it. But anyhow, thank you very much, and Trotsky's out.